Well, welcome back to Mechanicus. We're doing boss battle today. Yeah, we've been putting this one off for a little bit. The Void Admiral. The Scutari have located the burial chamber of Void Admiral Agrelek. Prime Hermeticon Captress advocates leading a mission to destroy the Necron Lord and strike a blow against the Necrons in the tomb of Agrelek. I think this one is actually the hardest of all the boss battles that I recall fighting, so that should be fun. I'm not too worried about this one, but let's go ahead and bring in our regular team people. Confirmed location of Lord Agrelek. Scutari intelligence recovered partial pick grabs of target construct form. The research suggests Agrelek was the lord of the Necron fleets. His purpose in the awakening of Silver Tenebris will be clear: to helm their war fleets in expanding this pocket of Necron domination. Outcome unacceptable. Solution incontrovertible? Is that incontrovertible? Sure. I concur, Prime Hermeticon. He has bested us once before, not again. We must destroy him. He's the one that we fought at the beginning when we were running for our lives. Dispatch the falconers and muster the hounds. The hunt commences. We don't have dogs. As always, we will be going in a straight line and we will be just basically sucking up all of the awakening, because that's just how this works. We have learned a lot since we last encountered Agrelek, but we know he won't go down without one hell of a fight. A challenge calculated to be worth the risks and resources, Subdomina. Oh, I agree. Agrelek is a worthwhile opponent. I just wouldn't put credits on too many men coming back from the attempts. Expenditure of personnel and material calculated as justifiable. I'll pass that on to the men and women risking their lives. They shall rally to the hunting horn and the call to the assembly. The chase begins. Make ready for the unmaking of Agrelek. Yeah, I'm not too worried about this. Let's go forth and see what we've got. First things first, health is on the left. In the middle, I think that is Blackstone, and on the right, what is that one? That one's one we don't see very often. I think that's also health, so let's go for the middle one here to get some extra Blackstone from this. This appears to be a basic linear alpha script, the simplest of the Necron languages. Relatively speaking, of course, but it is known from several exemplars. I should be able to translate some of it if you can get me decent picked grabs. Oh dear. A series of glossy black slabs fill this chamber, arranged in a semicircle around a statue of a Necron destroyer armed with a scythe-like weapon. The slabs are inscribed with thousands of Necron runes. Okay, what do we got here? If we transmit, we will gain cognition points. If we transport, we will gain Blackstone. And if we translate, we will gain awakening and cognition points. I think cognition points are going to be a little bit more useful here, so let's go ahead and take some hurried pick grabs. This is a philosophical text. Lord Agrelek believes that if the Necrons cannot rule the stars, no one should. A yearning for utter desolation, the annihilation of all life. I cannot make out the subtleties, but I'm not sure I would want to. We don't even get a comment on that, just these guys suck. As always, there's no extra battles in here, so that just is not happening. Looks like these scarabs were woken up by the reanimation protocols and continued with their default programming. Finish this statue. The Necrons have covered their tombs in images of themselves, and they still haven't finished. This chamber appears to be a workshop. A large slab of gleaming metal has been partially carved into a statue of a glowering Necron, perhaps Lord Agrelek. Several scarab constructs are scurrying across the slab, chewing away the material as they continue in the process of creating the statue. That's cool. So if we do an art acquisition and steal it, we're gonna get Blackstone. If we cast down idols, we will get cognition points, and if we gather specimens, we will lose hit points. I think I'm gonna actually go with an art acquisition here and get some Blackstone. The scarabs are purged with flame and the chamber is secured. The cohort moves on and reports the location to the Scutari. Though the troops are unable to transport the entire statue back to the tomb entrance, they do recover a substantial amount of rare alloys for the mission's use. Yeah, we're gonna need to upgrade eventually, so I want to grab some of that Blackstone. These are troopers from 7th hexadecimal cohort, Manipul Gamma. They went quiet 59 minutes ago. A handful of bodies lie in the chamber ahead, evidently Skitarii who were caught in a furious volley of Gauss fire. Well, that sucks. Let's see here. If we waste not, want not, we will lose cognition points. If we seal the chamber, we will lose initiative. And if we have morbid curiosity, we will gain cognition points. So I guess we're checking them out. Mass destroyer assault consistent with presence of high value target. Lord Agrelek operations in area upgraded from possible to probable. The heavy Gauss blaster fire and the lack of evident return fire suggest an overwhelming assault by Necron destroyers. Oh, hey, more. Hey, can you go in there, please? Don't be weird and just let me click the button. Okay, I think both of these are actually bad. The one on the left is actually Blackstone, and the one on the right, I have no idea. Oh, it's actually positive initiative, but we're gonna go with the Blackstone. We can deal with not having the initiative. So it looks like this will take us up to 3, so yeah, we'll at least be leaving with 4, no fewer than probably 4 awakening. Which kind of sucks, but it is what it is. The grim darkness of Agrelek's tomb is complete in this benighted region. Not only is there a total absence of light, but fluctuating rad levels are interfering with the cohort's optical augmentations. Even though the team's own light sources do not penetrate the unnatural gloom, they must traverse the next area blind. Okay, let's see here. If we find another path, we will gain cognition points. If we boldly go, or no man has gone before, we will lose both hit points and gain initiative, of all things. And if we go slow and steady, we will gain awakening and lose cognition points. I think finding another path is actually going to be more important. The cohort skirts around the darkness and unexpectedly locates its source, a set of globes sparking with exotic energy that draws in light from surrounding areas. In destroying the Xenos device, the cohort both lifts the veil of darkness and learns more about the strange Necron technology. Weird. I don't even know what to do with that. Probably gonna get some text here. Location confirmed. Energy reading spiking. Code Venator in full effect. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right.
We are infested insects to be expunged.
This damn creature has been watching us since we entered this tomb. It's been ready for us since the start. The quarry that knows it is hunted makes for the sweeter kill. Formulate target solutions. Now the prey is at bay.
I have awoken into the company of these fleshly vermin. Tomorrow we conquer. Today we clear the filth from our doorstep.
Sir, you have a shiny light on your head. Recollections of Inquisitor Brand, Chapter 87. Of all creations most foul, I beheld the Lord of all and knew that I was dead. We have been here before, Magus, but we are better prepared now. What are your orders? This chamber is dominated by the immense form of Lord Agrelek, surrounded by images of the Necron war fleets conquering the stars. If we pray for deliverance, we will gain cognition points. If we charge in and death up close here, we will gain cognition points. And if we stay at range, we will gain initiative. So let's go ahead and hold back. With the discipline of true scions of Mars, the cohort holds back to unleash volleys of fire into the Necron Lord. Alrighty, well let's do this. We have plenty of cognition points. I am not worried about it. It's time, apparently. But we are most definitely ready. I think actually the best thing to do is going to be to kind of hold our guys to the side just a little bit. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to split up our forms a little bit here, our own forms a little bit, and actually, I actually want to bring in everybody. So let's go. And we do have the initiative here, which is going to make this a lot easier. Because what I actually want to do is just hold still and not do anything. Now it seems kind of weird, but that'll make everybody else go first, and we'll bring them closer to me, which is what I want.
I sailed the void for 1,000 years. I fought the war in heaven. What can you do to strike fear in one such as I?
I don't know what to do with you right now. Can we move on? Okay, now we can start actually dealing with these. By the way, the war in heaven that has to do with the Satan. I think I'm pronouncing that correctly. It's a thing. Doesn't really matter all that much, but it definitely is a thing. All right, I'm gonna move up. I do want to actually get some damage on these guys, and let's go ahead and start by actually scanning him. Okay, so currently strong against physical, but that should be okay because we can just bypass his armor anyway. Okay, so that's the first thing I actually want to do. I want to bring up a shield, and I want to come around the corner here. I want to make sure I have enough room for basically everybody to get in here and deal some damage. And I do want to pull the cognition points if I can. I actually don't think... I was about to say I need to pull the cognition points. Let's go ahead and grant everybody, my troops, some bonus damage. Actually didn't quite need to do that. Let's go ahead and just fill the cognition gauge and then hold. I was gonna say we actually didn't need to pull that this time, but that's okay. It's not gonna be a big deal. Let's see. Ooh, we can actually hit this guy. How far back can we hit this guy? Jeremiah. Holy crap. Beautiful. Alright, and then let's go ahead and do some additional damage here. I'm gonna bring up a shield. I want to scan some of these warriors if we can. And I'm actually gonna pull him to the side over here where this cognition is to grab that. And then I'm gonna go ahead and grab more cognition. Probably for the best to do that. Okay, next, I think we're gonna have another one of these. Okay, let's go here. Now, this guy does not bypass his defenses, unfortunately. But I think it's probably for the best to try and get that on there anyway, because then he will have that poison. Oh, and he got a crit, so that is well worth it. Let's move forward. Yes, we're gonna use a cognition point. No, I don't really care. Okay, so good for that. Let's bring this guy forward now. The two things I want to do here to start with. First, let's go ahead and grab some additional damage to all our tech priests, which will make this so much easier. And the actual next thing I do want to do is actually grab an extra cognition point. And rather than use our canticle to get cognition points, I want to ignore the next little group of armor. Like, have our attacks ignore armor. Which is probably going to piss this guy off, but honestly, I don't care. We're so close to ending this guy. I'm actually going to pull him back rather than pull forward. And let's just go ahead and hold on for a second. Next tech priest, I want to go ahead and bring him up here. Let's go ahead and actually let's just go. Let's ignore armor here. He's not even going to get a chance to continue monologuing. Okay, Let's see. I'm gonna grab some more cognition points if we can, and let's go ahead and let's actually use that to create a field. I think we'll be okay. Let's bring you up here. I think we only have 2 warriors, so I don't know what's gonna happen here. He's gonna die is what's gonna happen. Done. Not actually bad. I thought we were gonna get up to 4, but we ended up just taking him out in the first round, so ha 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 ha. Lord Agrelek falls, spewing sparks and fire. The Void Admiral collapses in a heap of wreckage that begins to teleport away piece by piece, revealing for a moment the complex working of the war form underneath. Finally, Agrelek is no more, in a burst of terminal data that leaves an echo of his death etched in the noosphere. Target inversion achieved. Hunt complete. The Void Admiral has fallen. The Necrons of Silver Tenebris have lost their fleet commander. Prey tracked from quarrying to unmaking, beaten into open and chased down for the kill. 84% hunt efficiency logged for future analysis. The Skitarii in the tomb of Agrelek are reporting decreased coordination among the awakening constructs. Consolidation activity not the concern of a prime Hermeticon. Key target acquisition ongoing. There will come another beast. There will come another hunt. She's got things to do. She does not care about what's going on in the tomb. Now that took less than 17 minutes. Holy crap. Anyway, we got 1 enemy killed, which was not a lot. That's okay. And we did get this new cog occulturist though, which is actually pretty nice. And we did upgrade the Skitarii Vanguard Alpha, so that's also nice. We killed 3 bosses, so we get the Canticle of the Iron Soul, which allows our next attack to do 8 damage, 8 additional damage, which can be pretty nice. I think, as of right now, due to how much it's going to cost, let's see, if we upgrade, can you let me see how much, I want to see how much it would leave me. 157, actually, okay. Let's actually go ahead and do that. Sure, Jeremiah's actually a pretty good choice in the matter. So let's do that. The other thing that I can do, let's take a quick look. Who do I have for that cog? This guy. Let's see, that new one that we got, those take 2. Our current cog only gives us a 25% critical chance for the next attack. But this one gives us a 50% chance, so it's like the first attack will be 50% chance to be critical rather than 25%. Probably nice. We could probably do something with that. Nothing that I actually want to do right this second, so like I'm not going to worry about it. We do have, let's see, we have a couple actually augment capabilities here. Let's go ahead and give him a better noise reducer. We do have 1 extra, nothing that I really care about. Let's actually give him the Plex Mechanic arms in order to up his hit points. Wait a minute. Interesting. So we are at a max of 2 because I took that off and his energy, energy damage. No, we want this. We want that hit points. I thought that was energy armor. Nope, no, that's actually energy damage. No, I actually prefer the +2 to max hit points so that Jeremiah's a little bit less squishy, because boy is he squishy. Very nice. All right, so that actually finishes up that. That does mean the Twilight of the Gods here, they've only got 2 more here. We've got the Melob and we've got Nuftusk, so we're actually getting pretty close to only having to fight the Overlord when we do that. But next time I do want to continue working on Rose and maybe the 5th seal. I want to do all of these, so I will see you all next time. Actually, what do we have to do here? Maybe we'll focus also on some of the terrible heretic missions that are most definitely not easy. We'll put that in there.